Have you ever laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, wishing for sleep to come? Or maybe you've drifted off, only to wake up hours later, staring at the clock in frustration. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with sleep every night, feeling trapped in a cycle of exhaustion and restless nights. But what if I told you that the key to deep, restorative sleep isn't another pill, another gadget, or a complex meditation technique? It could be as simple as what you put on your plate. Yes, your diet has a profound impact on how well you sleep. But I'm not just talking about avoiding caffeine or sugary snacks. There are natural, everyday foods that can actually help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling truly refreshed. Foods that work with your body's natural rhythms, calming your nervous system, balancing your hormones, and guiding you gently into deep, restorative sleep. Imagine waking up with energy, without that familiar foggy feeling. Imagine your mind feeling clear, your mood stable, and your body ready to take on the day. This isn't just a dream. It's possible, and it starts with understanding which foods can transform your nights. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 powerful foods that can become your secret allies for better sleep. But these aren't just random suggestions. Each of these foods has science-backed benefits that directly target the issues that keep you awake, whether it's anxiety, muscle tension, hormone imbalances, or even blood sugar crashes. And I won't just tell you what these foods are. I'll show you how to use them in your nightly routine for the best results. So if you're tired of feeling tired, if you're ready for nights filled with deep, peaceful rest, and mornings where you actually feel alive, keep watching. Because the journey to better sleep might be easier and more delicious than you think. Habit 1. Let's start with something you've probably seen 1,000 times, but never thought of as a sleep aid. Bananas. Yes, the humble banana, sitting quietly in your fruit bowl, might just be the natural solution you've been missing for a good night's sleep. But how can something so simple be so powerful? It all comes down to the remarkable combination of nutrients inside. Bananas are packed with magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B6, 3 nutrients that work together to calm your nervous system, relax your muscles, and prepare your brain for sleep. Think of them as a natural sedative, but without any of the side effects. Magnesium helps soothe tense muscles, which is perfect if you often find yourself feeling stiff or restless at night. Potassium supports muscle relaxation and even heart health, ensuring your body stays calm and balanced. And then there's vitamin B6, a true sleep enhancer. This vitamin helps your body produce serotonin, the feel-good chemical that stabilizes mood and promotes relaxation. But it doesn't stop there. Serotonin eventually converts into melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to rest. So, why do so many people struggle with sleep when the answer is right in their kitchen? It's because most people see bananas as just a breakfast food. But the real secret is timing. To get the most sleep benefits, you should eat a banana about an hour before bed. Not only does this give your body time to absorb the nutrients, but it also allows these nutrients to start their calming work before you even lie down. But here's an even better tip. Turn your banana into a soothing, sleep-enhancing treat. For instance, try making a warm banana pudding with almond milk. This isn't just a tasty dessert. It's a scientifically designed sleep aid. Warm almond milk contains tryptophan, another natural compound that supports serotonin production. Combine that with the magnesium and potassium in the banana, and you have a powerful, delicious way to wind down your evening. Of course, the benefits don't stop at just sleep. Bananas also support your gut health, and here's why that matters. Your gut is like a second brain. It produces neurotransmitters that directly affect your mood and sleep quality. Eating a slightly green banana, which is rich in resistant starch, can feed the good bacteria in your gut. And a healthy gut means a happier, calmer mind. Exactly what you need for restful sleep. But don't just take my word for it. Let me tell you about Rosa. At 65, Rosa struggled with sleep every night. She would fall asleep, only to wake up around 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling. No matter what she tried, she couldn't shake this frustrating pattern. Until she learned about the power of bananas. She started eating one ripe banana about an hour before bed. And at first, it seemed too simple. But within a week, her sleep started changing. She didn't wake up as often. Her mind felt calmer, and her mornings became brighter. But the key was consistency. It wasn't just about eating a banana once in a while. Rosa made it a nightly habit, and that's when the real transformation happened. After a month, she was sleeping through the night, waking up refreshed, and even her daytime mood improved. Remember, bananas won't knock you out like a sleeping pill. But that's a good thing. They help your body remember how to sleep naturally. They guide your nervous system back into balance, your muscles into relaxation, and your mind into calm. It's like giving your body the perfect recipe for restful sleep, all wrapped in a simple, delicious fruit. So, the next time you find yourself staring at the ceiling, frustrated by another restless night, don't reach for another pill. Instead, reach for a banana. It might just be the most natural, gentle sleep solution you've ever tried. If you've ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling your mind race with endless thoughts, you're not alone. Stress is one of the most common sleep disruptors, and it doesn't just affect your mind, it impacts your entire body. But what if I told you that a handful of almonds could be your secret weapon against sleepless nights? Yes, almonds. Those simple, crunchy nuts that you probably think of as a healthy snack, but they are much more than that. Almonds are packed with magnesium, a mineral that is often called nature's muscle relaxant. Magnesium works by calming the nervous system, reducing muscle tension, and helping your body prepare for rest. It's like flipping a natural off switch for your body's stress response. But magnesium isn't the only thing that makes almonds a sleep superhero. They also contain healthy fats that stabilize your blood sugar levels throughout the night. Why is this important? Because one of the most common reasons people wake up around 3 a.m. is a sudden drop in blood sugar. Your body, sensing a lack of energy, triggers a stress response, which wakes you up. By eating a few almonds before bed, you create a slow, steady release of energy that keeps you comfortable and asleep. Let me tell you about Robert. At 68, Robert had struggled with sleep for years. He would fall asleep just fine, but always found himself wide awake at 2:30 a.m., unable to fall back asleep. He tried everything. Reading, meditation, even warm baths. But nothing seemed to work. That was until his doctor suggested a small change, a handful of almonds before bed. At first, Robert thought it was too simple to be effective. But within just a week, he started to notice a difference. His 2:30 a.m. awakenings became less frequent, and eventually, they stopped altogether. He woke up feeling more rested and alert than he had in years. But there's a secret to making almonds even more effective. Instead of eating them raw, try soaking them for a few hours before bed. Soaking almonds helps remove anti-nutrients that can block magnesium absorption. Plus, they become softer and easier to digest, which is perfect for a late-night snack. For even better results, consider making a calming almond milk drink. Simply blend soaked almonds with warm water, a touch of cinnamon, and a little honey. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar, while honey supports the release of serotonin, the feel-good chemical that eventually becomes melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. This warm, soothing drink can become a part of your nightly wind-down ritual, creating a sense of comfort and calm before you even climb into bed. But almonds don't just support your sleep directly. They also have an indirect, but equally powerful, effect. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that protects your brain from oxidative stress. This is critical because a healthy brain is essential for restful sleep. When your brain is overwhelmed by stress or toxins, it struggles to maintain a stable sleep pattern. By eating almonds, you help protect your brain's delicate balance, making it easier for you to fall asleep and stay asleep. There's a reason almonds have been used for centuries as a natural remedy for anxiety and restlessness. They work in harmony with your body, gently guiding it into a state of peace. And the best part, unlike sleep medications, almonds don't just knock you out. They help your body remember how to sleep on its own. So, the next time you find yourself tossing and turning, don't reach for a pill. Reach for a small handful of almonds instead. Make it a nightly ritual. And just like Robert, you might be amazed at how something so simple can transform your sleep. Habit 3. Imagine this. It's 2 a.m., and once again, you're staring at the ceiling, wide awake. You toss and turn, your mind races, and you wonder if you'll ever get back to sleep. This restless pattern is all too familiar for many people, especially as they age. But what if I told you that the solution to this problem might be as simple as a handful of cherries? Yes, cherries. Those bright red, juicy fruits that you might associate with summer picnics or a sweet dessert topping. But beneath their vibrant color lies a secret. Cherries are one of the most powerful natural sleep aids you can find. The magic of cherries comes from their natural melatonin content. Melatonin is the hormone your body produces to signal that it's time to sleep. But as you age, your body's ability to produce melatonin naturally can decline, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. But here's the best part. You don't need a melatonin supplement from a bottle. Nature has already provided it in cherries. Just a small handful of cherries, about 10 to 15, eaten an hour before bed, can gently encourage your body to remember how to sleep. This isn't just folk wisdom. It's backed by science. In one study, older adults, who consumed tart cherry juice twice a day, experienced significant improvements in sleep duration and quality. But that's not all. Cherries are also packed with powerful antioxidants, called These antioxidants don't just protect your body from aging. They also help reduce inflammation in your brain, which is a crucial factor for maintaining clear, restful sleep. When your brain is less inflamed, it communicates more effectively, allowing you to slip into deep, restorative sleep. Let me tell you about Susan. Susan is 72, and for years, she struggled with broken sleep. She would fall asleep just fine, but almost every night. She would wake up around 3 a.m., unable to get back to sleep. She tried over-the-counter sleep aids, warm baths, even changing her mattress. Nothing worked. But then, on a whim, she started eating a small bowl of fresh cherries in the evening. The change was almost magical. Within a week, her 3 a.m. wake-ups became less frequent, and eventually, they stopped altogether. Susan felt rested, clear-headed, and finally in control of her sleep again. But to get the best results, you need to choose the right kind of cherries. Fresh or frozen cherries are best, because they contain the highest concentration of natural melatonin. Dried cherries, on the other hand, often contain added sugars, which can spike your energy and disrupt your sleep instead of helping it. And here's a little secret. If you can't find fresh cherries, go for tart cherry juice. Just make sure it's pure, without added sugars. A small glass, about an hour before bed, can be just as effective as eating the whole fruit. Want to enhance its effect? Try combining cherries with a handful of almonds. The magnesium in almonds works with the melatonin in cherries to create a powerful sleep-enhancing duo. But why stop there? You can make a delicious sleep-promoting cherry smoothie. Blend fresh or frozen cherries with unsweetened almond milk, a spoonful of ground flaxseed, and a dash of cinnamon. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar, so you won't experience any middle-of-the-night energy crashes. This smoothie is not just a tasty treat. It's a natural sedative that prepares your body for a peaceful night. And it's not just about falling asleep. Cherries also help you stay asleep. By supporting your body's natural melatonin production, they encourage deep, uninterrupted sleep, the kind that lets your body and mind truly recover. So, if you've been battling sleepless nights, staring at the clock at 3 a.m., or waking up feeling groggy, it's time to try this simple, natural remedy. Start tonight with a small handful of cherries. Make it a part of your evening routine. And watch how something so simple can transform your nights. Habit 4. Imagine a warm, tropical fruit that is bright green on the inside, slightly tart, yet incredibly refreshing. You might think of kiwi as just another fruit, something you toss into a salad or blend into a smoothie. But what if I told you that this fuzzy little fruit could be one of the most effective natural sleep aids you've never considered? Yes, kiwi. Behind that fuzzy brown skin lies a secret that science is just beginning to fully understand. Kiwis are packed with serotonin, a neurotransmitter that plays a crucial role in mood regulation, relaxation, and most importantly, sleep. Serotonin is often known as the feel-good hormone, but it's more than that. It is a direct precursor to melatonin, the hormone your body relies on to regulate sleep. But why does this matter so much? Well, as we age, our natural serotonin and melatonin production can decrease. Stress, poor diet, and even lack of sunlight can further disrupt this delicate balance. When your body can't produce enough serotonin, your sleep suffers. But this is where kiwi comes in. Eating just 1 or 2 kiwis about an hour before bed can give your body the natural boost it needs to produce serotonin, and, by extension, melatonin. But that's not all kiwi has to offer. It is also loaded with antioxidants, like vitamin C and vitamin E. These powerful compounds fight off oxidative stress, the invisible damage caused by free radicals in your body. When your brain is overloaded with oxidative stress, you might experience foggy thinking, poor memory, or trouble falling asleep. By eating kiwi, you give your body the tools it needs to clear out this cellular clutter, creating a calm, clear environment for sleep. Let me tell you about Henry, a 68-year-old retired librarian. Henry had always been a light sleeper, waking up at the slightest noise and struggling to fall back asleep. His mornings were a blur of fatigue and frustration. But everything changed when his daughter, a nutritionist, suggested he try eating a kiwi before bed. Skeptical but desperate, Henry gave it a shot. He started with 1 kiwi each night, and within a week, he noticed a difference. His sleep was less interrupted, his mornings were clearer, and he even felt a bit more energetic during the day. But what makes kiwi even more powerful is the fiber. Did you know that most of the fiber in a kiwi is actually in the skin? And yes, you can eat it. The skin is rich in prebiotics, a special type of fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. This is important because your gut health is directly linked to your sleep quality. A healthy gut produces a range of neurotransmitters, including serotonin, that help you relax and sleep. Now, you might be wondering how to eat kiwi if you don't like the texture of the skin. One simple trick is to slice the kiwi into thin rounds. The texture becomes much less noticeable, and you still get all the benefits. Another option. Blend a whole kiwi, skin included, into a smoothie with a bit of oat milk and a handful of spinach. This not only tastes amazing, but also delivers a burst of calming nutrients just before bed. But here's the real magic of kiwi. It doesn't just help you fall asleep. It helps you stay asleep. Research from New Zealand, the home of the kiwi, has shown that people who eat kiwi regularly fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling more refreshed. And if you really want to enhance the effects of kiwi, try pairing it with a small amount of Greek yogurt. The yogurt provides a bit of protein and healthy fat, which helps stabilize your blood sugar levels through the night. This means you're less likely to wake up feeling hungry or jittery at 3 a.m. So, if you've been struggling with restless nights, or waking up feeling tired, it's time to give kiwi a try. Keep a few fresh kiwis on your kitchen counter, and make them a part of your nightly routine. Just 1 or 2 before bed could be the difference between a sleepless night and a peaceful, restorative rest. In a world full of expensive supplements and complex sleep strategies, sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. And kiwi, with its bright green goodness, is a perfect example of that.
When you think of a calming, cozy drink before bed, your mind might go straight to warm milk, or perhaps a soothing herbal tea. But what if I told you that the ultimate nighttime drink is something you've probably been overlooking? Oatmeal. Yes, the same humble breakfast food you might have each morning can actually transform your nights. Oatmeal is far more than a hearty, filling meal. It's a nutritional powerhouse that can help your body wind down and prepare for restful sleep. But how? It all comes down to 3 key components: magnesium, zinc, and complex carbohydrates. Magnesium is often referred to as nature's relaxant. It helps your muscles release tension, calms your nervous system, and even supports the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. When your body has enough magnesium, it naturally knows how to relax, allowing your heart rate to slow and your mind to ease. Zinc, on the other hand, is an unsung hero of sleep. This essential mineral is critical in the chain reaction that produces melatonin. Without enough zinc, your body struggles to maintain a healthy sleep cycle. But the real magic of oatmeal lies in its slow-digesting carbohydrates. Unlike sugary snacks that spike your blood sugar and then leave you feeling jittery, the complex carbs in oats provide a steady, slow release of glucose throughout the night. This means you're less likely to wake up at 2 a.m. with your mind racing or feeling hungry. And here's a little-known secret. Oatmeal contains a unique compound called ovnin, which has mild sedative properties. It's like a gentle whisper telling your brain that it's time to rest. This is why people who eat oatmeal before bed often find themselves drifting off faster and sleeping more soundly. Let me share the story of Maria, a 70-year-old retired nurse. For years, Maria struggled with waking up in the middle of the night. She would lay there, staring at the ceiling, feeling frustrated and anxious. A friend suggested she try a small bowl of oatmeal before bed. Skeptical, Maria gave it a shot. She cooked a simple bowl with warm almond milk, a dash of cinnamon, and a sprinkle of walnuts. The first night, she slept a bit better. By the third night, she was falling asleep faster and staying asleep longer. Within a week, Her nighttime anxiety was nearly gone. But not all oatmeal is created equal. If you want to make the most of this sleep-enhancing food, skip the instant packets filled with sugar. Instead, choose plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. Cook them with warm almond or oat milk for added calming effects. Almond milk is a great choice because it's naturally rich in magnesium. For an even more powerful sleep boost, consider adding a few calming ingredients to your bowl. A handful of almonds or walnuts not only adds texture, but also provides healthy fats that stabilize blood sugar. A pinch of cinnamon can enhance the relaxing effects by balancing blood sugar levels. If you have a sweet tooth, a drizzle of honey can help. Just be sure not to overdo it. A little goes a long way. And if you're short on time, there's a faster option. Overnight oats. Simply mix oats with your choice of milk, a bit of Greek yogurt, and a spoonful of chia seeds. Let it sit in the fridge for at least 4 hours, but preferably overnight. By morning, you'll have a creamy, nutrient-packed pudding that you can eat before bed. But what if you're not a fan of warm, mushy oats? No problem. Blend a tablespoon of raw oats into a nighttime smoothie. Combine it with a ripe banana and a handful of spinach for a calming, nutrient-dense drink that won't weigh you down. So why does this simple food work so well for sleep? It's because oatmeal creates a perfect storm of nutrients that support your body's natural sleep processes. It calms your muscles, stabilizes your blood sugar, and gently signals your brain that it's time to rest. In a world filled with expensive sleep, supplements, and complicated routines, sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. A warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal might just be the bedtime secret you've been missing. And if you make it a part of your nightly routine, you might find yourself drifting off faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling more refreshed than you have in years. Habit 6. Imagine this. It's late evening, your home is quiet, and you're ready to wind down. But instead of reaching for a pill to help you sleep, you simply brew a warm, fragrant cup of chamomile tea. Chamomile, a humble flower with delicate white petals, has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for anxiety and insomnia. But what makes it so powerful? Chamomile is more than just a soothing drink. It's a natural sedative, thanks to a compound called apid. This plant-based flavonoid binds to specific receptors in your brain, gently calming your nervous system without the grogginess of sleep medications. It's like a gentle whisper telling your mind, it's okay, you can let go now. But here's the secret. Not all chamomile tea is created equal. If you simply dip a cheap tea bag into hot water for a minute, you're barely scratching the surface of its potential. To unlock chamomile's full power, you need to prepare it correctly. Start with dried chamomile flowers, not just the dust in a tea bag. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of these flowers to a cup of hot water. Not boiling, but just under. Around 80 degrees Celsius, 175 F. Cover the cup to trap the essential oils, and let it steep for a full 10 minutes. This slow, careful process allows the apigenin and other calming compounds to fully release into the water. And here's something most people miss. You can enhance chamomile's calming effects by adding a few complementary herbs. A bit of lemon balm can further reduce anxiety, while passion flower can strengthen its sedative effects. A small spoonful of raw honey not only sweetens the tea, but also provides a mild blood sugar boost that helps stabilize your energy levels through the night. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retiree who had spent years struggling with restless nights. He would wake up at 3 a.m., his mind racing with thoughts about his family, his finances, or simply memories from the past. He tried everything: sleep pills, meditation, even a glass of wine before bed. Nothing seemed to work. Then one day, his daughter, who was studying herbal medicine, suggested he try chamomile, but to brew it properly. Skeptical, Robert gave it a try. He followed her instructions. Dried chamomile flowers, a touch of lemon balm, and a teaspoon of raw honey. He sipped it slowly while listening to soft, calming music. The first night, he felt slightly calmer. By the third night, he was not only falling asleep faster, but also staying asleep longer. His 3 a.m. awakenings became less frequent. After a week, Robert felt like a new man, more rested, more focused, and most importantly, more at peace. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about chamomile is that it doesn't force you to sleep. It gently creates the right conditions for sleep to happen naturally. It calms the mind, relaxes the body, and helps restore a sense of balance that many of us lose in our busy, anxious lives. And here's a pro tip. If you want to turn chamomile into a nightly ritual, pair it with a calming routine. Dim the lights in your home, turn off your phone, and play some soft, instrumental music. This helps your brain associate chamomile with relaxation and makes it even more effective over time. And if you're looking for a more creative way to enjoy it, try a chamomile latte. Simply brew strong chamomile tea, then mix it with warm oat milk or almond milk, and a dash of cinnamon. This warm, creamy drink is perfect for colder nights when you want something extra soothing. But remember, like all natural remedies, chamomile works best with consistency. It won't knock you out like a sleeping pill, but over time, it will help train your body to relax on its own. You'll start looking forward to your nightly cup, not just for the taste, but for the way it gently pulls you toward a calm, restful sleep. Chamomile is nature's gentle invitation to rest. A reminder that sometimes, the best solutions aren't found in pills or complex routines, but in a simple cup of tea shared with yourself in the quiet of the evening. Habit 7. Imagine this. It's late in the evening, your home is calm, and the world outside is quiet. As you prepare for bed, you decide to enjoy a small handful of walnuts. Simple, right? But what if I told you that those few walnuts might be one of the most powerful sleep aids you could ever find? Walnuts are far more than just a crunchy snack. They are nature's sleep boosters, packed with a unique combination of nutrients that directly support your sleep cycle. These mild, nutty seeds are a treasure trove of healthy fats, particularly omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. But why are these fats so important for sleep? Because they are essential for your body to produce melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. In fact, walnuts are one of the few natural foods that contain preformed melatonin. This means that instead of your body having to convert other nutrients into melatonin, it can directly absorb it from the walnuts. But there's more. Walnuts are also rich in magnesium, a mineral known for its calming effects on the nervous system. Magnesium helps relax your muscles, lowers blood pressure, and calms your heart rate. All perfect conditions for deep, restorative sleep. Take Mary, for instance. Mary is 72, a retired nurse who had struggled with insomnia for years. She would often wake up at 2 o'clock or 3 a.m. and struggle to fall back asleep. No matter what she tried, warm milk, meditation, even sleep pills, nothing seemed to help. But then she discovered walnuts. At first, she was skeptical. How could a simple nut help her sleep? But she gave it a try, eating about 4 to 5 walnuts an hour before bed. At first, she didn't notice much difference. But after a week, something changed. Mary was not only falling asleep faster, but also staying asleep longer. Her dreaded 3 a.m. wake-ups became rare. So, why do walnuts work so well? First, their omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids help balance your body's sleep hormones, including melatonin. Second, their magnesium content directly calms your nervous system. But there's a third reason most people overlook. Walnuts contain tryptophan, an essential amino acid that is the building block of serotonin, the feel-good chemical that eventually turns into melatonin. It's like a perfect chain reaction. You eat the walnuts. Your body uses the tryptophan to produce serotonin, which then converts to melatonin. This creates a gentle, natural cycle of relaxation and sleepiness. But here's a pro tip. If you really want to maximize the sleep benefits of walnuts, try soaking them in water for a few hours before eating. This simple step reduces compounds called phytates, which can block your body's ability to absorb some of the nut's beneficial minerals. Want to make it even better? Pair your walnuts with a small piece of banana or kiwi. Both are rich in serotonin and melatonin precursors, which amplify the effects of the walnuts. In fact, you can even blend walnuts, a banana, and some warm oat milk into a creamy, soothing bedtime smoothie. For Mary, this simple change, a small handful of walnuts each night, was a game changer. Her sleep became deeper, her mornings became brighter, and she even noticed her mood improving. She called it her sleep ritual, a tiny habit that brought her peaceful nights. But the beauty of walnuts is that they don't force you to sleep. They simply give your body the nutrients it needs to remember how to sleep properly. No pills, no chemicals, just a natural, nourishing approach to better rest. So, if you've been struggling with broken sleep, tossing and turning, or waking up in the middle of the night, consider making walnuts a part of your evening routine. It's a small, simple habit that can make a big difference. Because sometimes, the most powerful solutions are also the simplest. And in the quiet of the night, when sleep comes gently, you'll be grateful for this tiny handful of nature's sleep magic. Habit 8. Let's take a moment to talk about one of the most soothing bedtime rituals, a warm cup of chamomile tea. You've probably heard of chamomile before, right? It's that light, floral tea that's often recommended for relaxation. But have you ever wondered why it's so famously linked to sleep? Chamomile is practically synonymous with winding down at night. It's been used for centuries as a natural remedy to ease anxiety, calm the mind, and promote sleep. But here's something most people don't know. Chamomile only works effectively if prepared correctly. You see, the real magic of chamomile lies in a compound called apidol. This naturally occurring flavonoid binds to specific receptors in your brain, triggering a mild sedative effect. In simple terms, it tells your nervous system, it's okay to relax now. It's like nature's version of a gentle nudge toward sleep. But here's where many people go wrong. If you just dunk a chamomile tea bag into hot water for a minute or two, you're missing out on most of the benefits. To really unlock chamomile's potential, you need to steep it the right way. First, choose dried whole chamomile flowers rather than prepackaged tea bags. The flowers are more potent and contain a higher concentration of apidol. Bring your water to a near boil, but not quite. You're aiming for about 80 degrees Celsius, 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot, but not boiling. Pour the water over the flowers and let it steep for at least 10 minutes. And here's a crucial step. Cover your cup while steeping. This traps the essential oils and prevents them from evaporating, keeping the tea's calming properties intact. If you want to take it to the next level, add a teaspoon of lemon balm or a few lavender petals for extra relaxation. Now, let me share a story about a man named George. At 68, George was dealing with stress-induced insomnia. He tried everything from white noise machines to over-the-counter sleep aids, but nothing seemed to help. Then, on the recommendation of a friend, he gave chamomile tea a shot. At first, George didn't notice much. It wasn't until he started brewing it properly, using dried flowers, steeping for 10 minutes, and covering the cup, that things began to change. He also made it a ritual: dim lights, soft music, and his warm cup of chamomile. Within a few days, George found himself winding down more naturally. His thoughts weren't racing as they usually did, and his sleep started to improve. The best part: he no longer woke up in the middle of the night feeling anxious. But why does chamomile work so well? It's not just about the tea itself. It's also about the ritual. Taking time to prepare something with care sends a signal to your brain that it's time to slow down. The warmth of the tea, the floral aroma, and the soothing process of sipping slowly all contribute to creating a calm, sleep-friendly environment. And here's another tip. If you're particularly stressed or anxious, try combining chamomile with This combination enhances the calming effects and can be especially helpful if your sleep trouble is rooted in stress or worry. One of the great things about chamomile is that it's caffeine-free, making it the perfect evening beverage. Plus, It's gentle on the stomach, which is important because heavy, rich foods close to bedtime can keep you awake. Another bonus? Chamomile also has anti-inflammatory properties, which means it can help soothe mild discomfort that might otherwise keep you tossing and turning. Whether it's a headache, muscle tension, or digestive issues, chamomile can ease your body into rest. For George, chamomile tea became more than just a drink. It was a cue for his body to let go of the day's stress. He described it as drinking calmness. After a month, his sleep patterns had noticeably improved. He even found that his dreams became more vivid and pleasant. So, if you're looking for a simple, natural way to encourage restful sleep, give chamomile tea a try. Just remember, it's not about gulping it down in a hurry. The key is to slow down, savor each sip, and let your mind and body transition into rest mode. In a world that's constantly pushing us to be alert and active, chamomile tea is a gentle reminder that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to rest. You deserve peaceful sleep, and sometimes, the simplest habits can make the biggest difference. As we come to the end of this journey through nature's sleep enhancers, there's something important I want you to remember. Good sleep is not just a luxury. It is a fundamental part of your health, your energy, and your joy for life. It is the silent healer that works its magic when you close your eyes, repairing, refreshing, and recharging you for another day. But here's the truth. Better sleep doesn't come from a single miracle pill or some complex expensive treatment. It comes from simple, consistent habits. It comes from choosing foods that naturally support your body's ability to rest. Foods that nourish not just your body, but also your mind. Whether it's the magnesium-rich almonds that calm your nervous system, the serotonin-boosting kiwi that gently whispers relax, or the walnuts that quietly supply your brain with natural melatonin, each of these foods is a small, simple gift from nature, helping you rediscover the peaceful sleep you deserve. But remember, the power of these foods is not just in eating them, it's in making them part of a calming, consistent bedtime routine. A small, comforting ritual that tells your body, it's time to rest. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, consider trying one of these sleep-boosting foods. Maybe a handful of almonds, a warm chamomile tea, or a few cherries. Let them work their gentle magic, and as you lie down, let your body and mind slowly unwind. Because a good night's sleep is not just about the hours you spend in bed. It's about the quality of rest, the peaceful surrender, the quiet joy of waking up refreshed. Sleep well. Dream peacefully. And remember, your nights are just as important as your days. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who needs better sleep. And let me know in the comments, which of these sleep-enhancing foods will you try first? Thank you for watching, and may your nights be calm, and your mornings be bright.